Hello. This is going to be a very impromptu live chat. So, normally I am on camera, but I want to show a few things on the screen, and it's very late. I don't normally go live, so I'm in the middle of some stuff. But I wanted to get on a video and talk about it. I had shared in a past live stream that I was exploring Restream versus Streamyard, and just a few minutes ago, I watched one of my fellow YouTubers, Panty's Hair Care More, actually test out Restream, and it reminded me that I wanted to give my thoughts on, comparing StreamYard to Restream. And also, I saw some questions that Pandy had in her video while she was testing StreamYard. And I wanted to provide a little feedback because I can actually share how to do a few of the functions. So I thought I would get on a video and do that. So definitely the hope is for this to be a brief video describing Restream versus StreamYard. And I will just start off by sharing that with Restream, there's a couple of pros, a couple of cons, and with StreamYard, there are pros and cons. So I have definitely determined that neither is perfect by any means. However, I'm going to bring up the screen here and actually share Restream because I feel like most content creators have been using StreamYard. Restream has not been as popular. I've been using it for the past month or so, and I do like it. So let me go ahead and share my screen here. And so this is going to be, let's see, interesting. Hopefully this does not look extremely weird, but we'll see. Okay, I think it is this one. Hello, Sharky. Welcome. Nice to see you. The confusing part is which one to share because both of them say the same thing. I think this is the one. All right. Okay, so now we can actually see my StreamYard or my Restream rather. So, a few things you can do that you can do in Restream that you can't do in StreamYard. And one of the biggest features that I really like is actually being able to bring up your chat. So you can actually click onto chat overlay and bring up your chat, which is an interesting feature. You don't get that in StreamYard. The next feature I do want to talk about is the avatar because I noticed for Pandy, let me just take away the screen for just a second. Um, in StreamYard, you have an avatar. And one of the questions that Pandy had was she didn't know if you could change your avatar. So let's go ahead and do that because you actually can have an avatar when you don't want to show your face on camera or you want it to be more of a podcast style. You can do that feature. And so let me show how to do that. Okay, so we're back up looking at Restream. Let me go back over there actually, and hopefully it will show you. So you can see my mouse, I'm toggling over, and you can actually see yourself over on this left-hand side. And how if I didn't have my picture here, because what is the default there would have been just my initials, J and H. So to add a photo or avatar, so it's not super boring. You just click on these little ellipsis points over here, these dots, and you hit change avatar, and looky there. You actually have the opportunity to pick from different photos, which I like. You can this is the original that you saw, JH there, so I could change it to this, or I could change to a different photo, and I could also add more. So you would just hit the plus sign, and then it would bring up your, your box to show where you wanna pull from, right? Do you wanna pull from your desktop? Do you wanna pull from your photos, etcetera? So it's super easy to do. You just have to know where to find it. It's a little hidden. There's no button that says change your avatar. You don't just click on your photo and change your avatar. You have to hit these little dots, go to change avatar, and then it comes right up. Now, similar to that, you can also change your name because when you set everything up in here, it should be linked to your YouTube or whatever platform you're using. But I can also edit my name if I wanted to. And there we go. This is what you see under the screen. My name, my Cash App for anyone that's generous and wants to contribute. And then you also have my IG there as well, my personal IG. So hopefully you're able to see that fairly well, but if you're not able to, just know that you would go to the left-hand side, hit on the dots that you see where your face is or where your name is, and you would just select change avatar. Now, the other feature that I love is the fact that you can bring up the chat up on the stage. So I love that feature, and the chat will just come up on the screen automatically. No, I think something is weird going on just because I am sharing the music as well in the background. So, it's not quite doing it that way. I may have to test that out to see if it changes. So, that's the other feature. The next thing I wanna talk about, I already brought up, the fact that you can add music to your live stream. In StreamYard, you're not able to add music unless you have a platform. This is a free feature that I'm in, and you can add audio. So I'm gonna show that in a moment as well. There's a couple different options of how you wanna show yourself there. And yes, so I'm on Restream now, testing the sharing on my screen. It reminds me of that movie Inception, a stream within a stream within a stream. Instead of a dream within a dream, exactly. It's a little weird. I wasn't sure if this would actually work. Sharky, let me know if you're actually able to see what I'm sharing. But let me clear out of that for just a second because I do just want to highlight again, you can actually share music in the background. So you can actually go and share your audio. I'll show that feature and how to find it in Restream, but that is a big plus for Restream in comparison to StreamYard. Now, the other thing that I do like with Restream, before I get into the audio and how to add the audio, is that you can change your themes here. You can change the look and feel. You can even change the colors if you want to. So I could change this to blue. I could change it back to a pink color, which is more of my brand and of my liking. And I will show how to do that as well. The other thing I do like oh, some of the details are small, but I can see them? Okay. Okay, that's fair. Alright, so you can get rid of non-video participants. So if let's say I was sharing the stream, which you can do in StreamYard and Restream, you can add up to 6 people or guests to your stream. But let's say I only wanted the person on video to show. So I'm not on video. I could take myself away and just let other people show up. You can also get rid of different graphics in here, the default graphics, and you can take away participant names if you would like to. The other thing I want to highlight is the overlay or the frames here. So you have a couple different options. So we have this one that I'm sharing. There's another frame we see here and yet another frame. And then if you have a package, you can upload your own frames as well. So I'm going to go back to the original. The other thing is the video clip. So let me come back up and share my screen for just a minute. I am actually going to take myself away because that may actually be a little easier for us to not get so confused. So let's try this and see if it is a little easier to see. Okay. Okay. So uh-oh, Sharky, can you hear me okay? Hopefully you can hear me. Okay. So the one thing I want to share about the chat feature is that you can have the overlay here if you want to or not. So that's a cool thing. You can highlight different comments in here, which is also cool. Okay, Sharky can hear me now. All right. So that's a really cool thing because in StreamYard, you're not able to have this type of overlay, which makes the video a little more cool, right? Gives it a different look and feel. Now, the other thing that I wanna mention with StreamYard and Restream is that with StreamYard, there is definitely this big delay with seeing the comments. So, whether you're, in the comments of another person's live stream and you're like, "What's taking them so long to respond to my comment?" It's probably because they haven't seen it yet, because it takes a minute for StreamYard. It takes maybe, a couple seconds or so. With Restream, the delay, I think, is still there, but I think it's a lot shorter. It doesn't take as long for me to see everyone's comments, and you can see this if you have YouTube open and Restream open. The comments are pretty much instant, plus you have that chat overlay, so you see them right in front of you. I saw Pandy come in. Welcome, Pandy. Pandy, I highlighted something for you. So I'm gonna go back and mention that again because I definitely you sparked you are the inspiration for this impromptu live chat. So thank you. And hello, Edward. Welcome. I wasn't sure if anyone would come in because it's very much not my normal schedule and very impromptu. So thank you all for being here. So something I highlighted, Pandy, is what you sparked, is that you can have avatars on Restream. You can actually pick multiple photos that if you would like. So the way to do that is to come over to the left-hand side of your studio, right where my mouse is toggling. There are these little three dots, and what you do is you just click on those dots and you see those options. You can edit your name that is shown on the screen, which I showed a little earlier. And then what Pandy had mentioned, you can actually change your avatar right here. So this is the default that would have been showing, just the letters JH, not too interesting, right? But then you can also show pictures of yourself. can change your photo as you wish, and I could even add another option. So I thought this really cool because you may wanna switch up your photo just depending on your theme, and so that's a great option to have. When you're done, you just hit done, and the photo should show up, and the same with editing your name that is on screen. I really enjoyed the quality of this versus StreamYard. Good, Pandy. I'm so glad to hear that. We're still vetting out Restream, right? Like I said at the beginning of the video, it's not perfect. StreamYard or Restream, not perfect, but I do see a lot more options available with Restream, including hopefully you can hear the audio as well in the background, but you can actually add audio features too. So to do that, I'll go ahead and kind of speed up to that one. You're gonna see a couple of different things down here at the bottom of the screen where my arrow is showing. You're gonna see you can put yourself on mute. You can see that you can enable your camera or disable your camera. And you can stop screen sharing, start screen sharing, which is what I'm doing right now. You can invite guests. You can invite up to 6 guests. And then you see this plus sign, and that's what we're gonna look at. I see a question. Ever says I agree. Panty Restream has a nice look. Yes, I definitely agree. Is this with the free or paid version that you're using? I am using the free 99 version in Restream. Free 99. So yes, so you can actually add the audio. You just add a source, and this button comes right up. Hopefully you can see. And you're gonna see that you can add local videos. So if you have a video file on your computer that you wanna share, you can share that. You can actually bring up Zoom, or if you use OBS, I know a lot of YouTubers that are fancier than myself will use OBS. You can bring that into the studio. And you can add background music, and you don't actually have to find your own background music. When you click this, there are multiple options that you will see here. So I think that's pretty cool, kinda sets a different vibe, so if I wanted to be, a little more energetic tonight, maybe I would pick rock and metal or pop. But I chose something a little more chill. I actually picked the hip hop. I was actually looking at the chill songs, those are more my vibe tonight, so yeah, you have a couple of different options there for background music, and then you would just select it, and once you select, what you'll see is it will be on the left-hand side of your screen. So you can say when you're done with the music, you can always turn it off or you can turn it on. So there you go. Pandy says even better. Go for it, Pandy. Yes, I enjoyed looking at your live stream earlier, Pandy. I thought it looked really good. Love that free 99. Yes. Okay, so, Sharky saying, "Are you saying that StreamYard has no free background music options?" Not that I have seen. I haven't seen any free background music options, and that's why I haven't tried it. I haven't seen any free background music options. This came free 99. Actually, I had an email, from Restream sharing that, they had just added this music feature. So for someone that's been using Restream for a while, they may not even know about that, but that is a new feature that they have added. They've added these different options to have a little background music. All right. So I want to go into a few other things that just to mention about Restream. So the same as StreamYard, there is a free and there is a paid version. So you do have different options there. Just to backtrack, the thing I like a lot are the graphics. So you can add different background graphics into your video. You can actually also change the different captions. You can have so many set captions that you can save and bring them right up onto the screen. And you can change your brand settings. So, like I showed earlier, it defaults with this one here. You can choose this function that they call news. You can also change to the rounded theme. You can change your coloring right here where I'm toggling over. So if you have a specific color that you like, you can always get that number ID and put that in here manually, or you can pull up this screen and you can choose whatever colors you want there, right? You can choose to show or take away non-video participants. And I think that's a great option for when you have multiple guests in your stream. So let's say you only want to highlight a specific person that's talking, maybe. So you could tell everyone to, hide their camera, not come on camera until they're ready to talk, and then you can bring up the actual person speaking. So I think that's really a cool feature for anyone that's thinking about that in the future. Um, Make sure I show myself up there. And then the logo thing. Now this is something very consistent with StreamYard and Restream. You don't have a choice with showing this Restream or StreamYard logo until you get the paid version. So when you get the paid version, you could put your logo up there. So that's a difference, but it's going to be similar with either platform. The other thing I mentioned before is you have these different custom options for your background, and if you have a paid version, you can have a customized frame for your videos or live streams as well. Other thing that Handy had mentioned earlier too is that you can set up these video graphics. So if I wanted to take a mini break, I can do that. And if you join this stream, like Sharky was number one in here, you may have seen that I had a visual. Well, there's plenty of options in here. Video options, 30 seconds, 59 seconds. Some don't really show the seconds. I think they're more like 15 seconds to 30 seconds. And you can take little breaks in between or show them at the beginning or end of your video, which I think is awesome. Again, the free version. And then we have the background features here. So if I wanted to do something different, say I wanted this in the background instead, you got a couple of customizable options. You can either do a still shot of something, or you could have something have a little movement, make it a little, interesting. And so I love that you have all these different features, and depending on what your content is, it can really liven up or set the mood or the tone for your content, which I love. Okay, I'm gonna go back to the chat because I did see a comment. Candy had said, I tested it out this morning. It was very crisp in comparison to my normal broadcast. Great to hear. Edward is in agreement there. Yes, Pandy, I believe, normally uses StreamYard. The paid version of StreamYard. Let me be specific there. Penny is saying, I noticed that when I attempted to upload an overlay, it said I had to upgrade to the paid version. Yes, yes. So, yeah, to upload any of your own things outside of your picture, from what I am seeing, again, I'm a newbie. It's been about a month of testing this out. But yeah, you would need a paid version. So there's that to consider. But overall, I will have to admit I do like Restream for what it's worth. I have not opted to do a paid version yet, but I think I will just to see what other features I have, especially when I get into doing memberships and things, taking taking the channel a little bit, pushing it a little bit further, right? I think I will need to do a little branding on the channel. So, yeah, that's my overview. Let me just look at some of my notes here to make sure I didn't miss anything. Oh my goodness, I did miss something. Something I wanted to mention is that you can choose to adjust the stereo audio. From what I can tell, StreamYard hasn't had that alternative. So you can actually pick the audio. And I'm trying to remember where I went to do that. I think it was just settings. You can kinda change your video resolutions, and then if you go to advanced, you can actually pick here a stereo audio input, and then the audio preference selected here are automatic. You'll see, echo cancellation, noise suppression, high resolution audio. live stream quality you can actually change, I believe, if you have a package. And then there's different definition. High definition, I think you need a package from what I'm remembering. I don't want to change it right now just because I don't want anything funky to happen with the live stream. But yeah, so those are other options again if you want to pay for the package. But same similar things are that you can still bring up guests. Now, I will say this. I've had different scenarios with different folks with trying to bring up a guest. So with Restream, it's been a little more difficult for a guest to just click on a link and come up onto the live and join. Some have done it fine, others have not. With Streamyard, I hadn't had that issue. I mean, the guests click a button, they come on board. And I think it may have something to do with something else that I noticed with Restream. And for me personally, I prefer to live stream from my phone because my iPhone, in comparison to my MacBook Pro, the camera to me shows a lot more crisp and clean. It's just a better visual. So I prefer to live stream from my phone. However, with StreamYard, simple. Go to streamyard.com, you log in, you go live, right? Or you enter your studio and go live. For my experience with Restream, it's been a bit of a challenge. Every time I've tried to go from my phone, I've had an issue. That may not be the case with everyone. It may depend on if you're, using an iPhone or an Android. I am using an iPhone. So you just take that into consideration too. If you like to stream content from your phone, you may run into an issue there, or you may just want to make sure you test it out first. So that's another thing I just wanted to highlight there. Something else, and I'm looking at my notes here, which I think is just kind of cool, especially for folks that love analytics, is with Restream. Couple things happen. Once you hit a certain number of comments, Restream will actually post that in the chat and say, "Hey, you hit 100 comments tonight," or something like that. And that is because, and if you've seen that in my live chat, that's why, they're actually monitoring the live stream, and they will send you a report after and provide some analytics for you. And I will just show with my screen. I'm gonna pull up that right now so that you can see what I'm talking about there. So they will actually pull up a streaming report for you. So hopefully you can see my screen. What I'm sharing here is just an email, and please disregard the number in my inbox. This is kind of like I'm really bad with my email, with this particular email. Okay. The report. So they will actually tell you how long you are streaming. They'll tell you which connected platforms you connected with, and you can connect to multiple platforms like StreamYard as well. And they will give you an audience report. So average viewers, maximum viewers, watch minutes, and then your peak time. And you can actually go into a full report with those analytics as well. I didn't want to go away without sharing that also. I'm going to stop sharing that one. Overall, the pros for Restream are definitely just so many graphics that you're able to get with using this platform. I think that's pretty impressive. And then the other thing I just want to highlight, let me go back here. So I'll go back and share share Restream again. Um, Let me just take a pause because I saw some folks come in. So let me take a pause and see who came in here. Ah, okay. Penny said, I noticed that when I attempted to upload an overlay, it said I had to upgrade to the paid version. Yep. Also, I did see where how to type in the chat. Okay. Oh, something else Thank you, Pandy, for that, because something else I wanna mention, with StreamYard, you don't have to change anything as far as the chat. I can type in here, and I'm just gonna do test. You guys see that I automatically, the default, I type in here and it pulls up Restream is making the comment. Well, you actually have to go in here and select your YouTube or whatever platform you're using that you want to comment as. So you'll see now it looks like Jessica instead of Restream is actually talking in the chat. So that's one thing. And then also with the chat feature in StreamYard, one pro for StreamYard that I have to share is with StreamYard, when you go into your studio, you can chat before you even gone live. I've done that plenty of times if I'm like running late and I'm like, hey, it's going to be starting shortly. I try to be on time, but there's sometimes I'm like a little bit late. But I'll share that in the comments with StreamYard. With the Restream, when you are going live, you you cannot start just chatting in the comments. You have to be live to start chatting from Restream. So that's just a quick tip. The other thing with the chat feature, as I mentioned this earlier, with Restream, the delay way shorter. You don't even really notice if there is a delay. StreamYard, we know the delay is there. The other thing I do want to mention for when you're scheduling a live chat, you can schedule a live chat in both StreamYard and Restream. One difference that you have is that once you set a time for your live and Restream, they hold you to that. You are not changing that time. The options that you have are to delete that delete that event and make a new one with a new time. Or you could also just keep that time and make a new topic. You cannot change that time once you've already set it as an event. Whereas in StreamYard, you can change that time after you've submitted that event. So let's say you had, I was going to say, I'm going live tonight at midnight. And then I said, oh, I actually want to get some sleep tonight at midnight. I can change that to tomorrow morning. With Restream, once you've committed, Restream is like you have to commit to these live streams. That's it. Okay. So I wanted to go to some comments. What am I doing there? I saw. Okay, there we go. Do I understand correctly that there's no free StreamYard version? There is a free StreamYard. Yes, there is a free StreamYard version. Yes. You can use free StreamYard. I've used StreamYard free for quite a while. There is a free StreamYard. You can go to StreamYard, but you won't have certain features in StreamYard until you get a paid version. So the option's up to you. Yes, so there is a free version in StreamYard and there's a free version of Restream. Edward says that's nice. Fanny says, thank you for breaking this down. I still love StreamYard. I'll just go back down to the 99 cents. The free 99 version, I think is what you're saying. That's fair. Yes, I still use StreamYard. I've had some videos where I go over to StreamYard and then other videos where I'm like, oh, I'll try Restream tonight. But it's nice to have these options. StreamYard has those same resolutions option. Oh, thank you, Pandy. That's good to know. And hopefully in the free version, right? Because that's the only thing I've used with StreamYard. Thank you, DOD. Welcome in. Thank you for telling me that. Appreciate it. I don't know if my music is still going or not. Let me add that. Let's see. Hopefully you guys can hear it. So just to highlight there, you do have the music. That's like probably my biggest thing because I want to start implementing that into the videos. And thanks again, DOD. Penny, are you saying the free version of StreamYard is better than the paid version? question from Everett. Let's see what Pandy said. Hey, Zero, welcome in. Nice to see you. Zero, or has anyone else used Restream outside of Pandy since she was testing that out earlier this morning? Let me know. There is a free version. Yes. Yes, yes. There is still a free version of StreamYard. Yes. Okay, Candy's saying, Edward, no, but if my quality continues to I might as well go back to the free version. Oh, I'm sorry, Fanny, that the quality. Yeah, I've had some issues with StreamYard too. I think a part of it might be as well. There's so many new people like daily coming onto YouTube and streaming as well. I don't know if that might be a part of it. Annie says, "Now that's nice. I don't think StreamYard tracks the analytics." Right. At least I have not received any reports from StreamYard telling me anything. It's really cool to be able to go back and say, "Oh, this is awesome." And Restream will also send you messages and say, "Hey, if you're getting a certain amount of views or you're using the platform a lot, they'll call you out and, send you a quick email about that, saying you're one of the top users or something." So that's pretty cool too. Nice to get a little notification about how you're doing. You're using their platform recognition. And Zero says, I like OBS because I do all of those functions for free. The only things I would have to pay for is multi streaming and streaming in 1080p. Unless you have Amazon Prime, then it's included. Oh, that's interesting. I do have Amazon Prime. I might have to try that. I might have to try it. So the cool thing with Restream is that you are able to go ahead and add, OBS into your streaming. So you can add third-party tools to your stream as well. And then again, background music that I have hopefully playing in the background, you can also show that as well. If you have videos, you can also show those if they're saved on your computer. And then of course we've seen the sharing. I'm sharing my screen right now. So all of those features are the same. So let me just backtrack. I want to make sure I covered everything. Overall, I am a little more uh I guess I'm pro Restream, but I do think there's a place for StreamYard. I think sometimes you just want something very simple. You just want to show your face and talk. Other times you want more graphics and things and background music. You want a little more happening in your live stream. So it's a place for both of them, I think. And who knows? I think with more competition, of course, maybe StreamYard will start implementing more into their free package as well. Restream could always change things with their free package. They could always say like, "Oh, we just want to try it out and see if people like it. Then we become more popular, then we're going to start charging." We know companies do this. So we'll see, we'll see what happens. But I do think even with if they do add it to only paid, I think it makes sense because all the visual graphics and things are important. And you would also be able to customize a lot of these things as well. Yeah, it takes time to master OBS. I can imagine. As far as StreamYard and Restream, I like StreamYard better. So Zero likes StreamYard better. Have you paid for StreamYard before? Because I've never seen you use the paid version. I have not. I've not paid for StreamYard or Restream. I have not. Zero, yes, I've heard OBS is old school, but cost effective and very reliable. Definitely a great option for Windows users, as I understand it. Interesting. So, Sharky, what about if you're on iOS? Oh, okay. Streamlabs version is what Zero is talking about. Interesting. DOD says he's going to check out Restream. Good. Let me know what you think. Zero says, but it's cost effective and you can record on it without any extra apps as well. So with Restream, you can also record. as well. So Streamlabs, I may have to check out Streamlabs. It has, see how it compares. All right. So I think that was it that I wanted to cover today. So overall, with Restream, what I like, again, we're talking about the free version of Restream. You have a lot of options that you can use. You can have this chat overlay feature where you can see comments right onto the screen, which you can see right here. Or you can take it away and have a full screen. The option is yours. You also have the captions available. You can have these saved captions. The same with StreamYard. You can also save captions in there. So, no difference there. The graphics, what I love the most. You can, with a paid version, of course, you can add your logo in here. You can add an overlay. And then there are free overlay options if you're just fun. I could see like gamers or people with just funny content using that, what they have there. You have the video function. So if I wanted to take a break, and I can try this and show it, but you'll see that at the end, I will pick one of these video clips and show that. So I love that feature as well. And they have a few options here with different colors. You can also add your own video clip with a paid version. I have a lot of branding work to do, so I have not opted for the paid version because I don't have anything to put in there. I don't have anything there, so it doesn't quite make sense for me just yet. Then, of course, as we looked at earlier, we have a lot of background options as well, so we could always change the background to something. We could always do a still shot, right? Do different still shots, or we can have something more fun. Lots of visual video options in here. Okay. And then we also talked about the theme. You can change the theme up here and you can change the colors. Yes, thank you, Edward. Please do hit the thumbs up button. Work on that like button for me if you like the content. You can also change the color. You can change it two different ways. You can pick here, or of course, you can add in the graphics or the actual color number in there. You can do different defaults here. You can show or take away non-video participants. So again, we talked about if you have multiple guests on stream and you only want the person showing their video talking. You want to make it easier for people to just focus in on whoever's talking. That could be a nice thing to have. You can take away participant names or you can include them. Same with StreamYard, I believe. You can also do that. So, and then the last thing I do want to just highlight is that, again, you have the same invite. You can invite your guest up on screen. As I mentioned before, this has been hit or miss for me in Restream. I've never had really problems with StreamYard as far as guests coming up on stage, but I've had a few issues with that. With like DOD, he tried to join one of my live streams and wasn't able to. But then I've had others like Sharky be successful. But there's certain things you have to know what to do with Restream. The other thing I want to mention is that from your phone, whether you have, iPhone, Android, you may see some challenges if you want to go live from your phone. At least that's been my experience with Restream. StreamYard, not so much. I found it very easy to go live from my phone, which is my preferred option because of my phone's beautiful camera. And then the last thing is I want to note you can add the background music. This is a new feature with Restream. You can add music and it doesn't have to be your own music. If you don't have any music or you know, you don't want to pay for the package, you can add the stuff they have in here. You can add it. So let's say I wanted to select something different. I could have this chill music. I had hip hop on earlier, but you could just have a little background and you can always edit the volume there. Just like you can edit your own volume, right? So I want to take my volume down a notch. I could do that. Then you have a lot of settings, which you also, Candy noted earlier, you have in StreamYard as well. So you can also do some customization. I don't believe StreamYard has stereo audio input. However, Restream does. So you can always have that as well. So last things were less delay with Restream is what I've seen, which I like. Pretty I thought it was pretty easy to toggle around, but there may be a bit of a learning curve compared to StreamYard. StreamYard, very easy to get in there and start functioning. But with Restream, you do need to play around with it to get to know some of the features. Like we looked at the avatar, you may not have known how to actually add your own avatar. But you can go right up there and change it. Pretty easy, but you just have to, play around with the site a little bit and changing your name. I think with StreamYard, it's a little bit more intuitive. For Restream, they just have a lot going on. So with that, you have to find stuff. You have to find how to do things. And then, overall, we're still testing this out and vetting it. But it seems like the clarity and the picture seems a bit better with Restream. But that may be case by case, depending on things like internet connection, what type of device you're using, all of that. So we'll have to keep determining if that is the case. Lastly, the analysis. For my analytics folks, you do get monitoring or restream. They will send you a report after each live and tell you how you did, which I love that. I think it's really good. It's cool. All right, so that is pretty much all I wanted to talk about. I'm going to look at some of these last comments in here and just see what folks are saying. And I'm going to hop off because this was, again, impromptu. Was not planning on it. So let's see. Jessica, if you get OBS, get the Streamlabs version for all of that. Okay, good tip. Thank you, Zero. It's easier to learn functions as well. Okay. Zero, OBS only works on Windows, correct? Or is it now compatible with Mac, iOS, and Android? That's good to know because I can't use OBS. It's not compatible with iOS. Hello, Sandeep. Welcome in. It's nice to see you. What time is it where you are? Nice to see you on the live chat. And how are you doing? Thank you for welcoming Sandeep in here, Pandy. Is it compatible with Windows and Mac? Okay, great. Everyone's saying hello to Sandeep. Hopefully Sandeep is doing well. DOD signed up. Looks interesting. Perfect. Awesome. Loving the background graphics. Great. You're very cool, but still incompatible with mobile OS like Android and iOS. Right. Okay, so we gotta figure that out. Annie says, that's nice. Avoid the awkward dead air during your broadcast. I am certain I will fluctuate between the two. Great. Yeah, that's what I've been doing as well. They do have an Android version of OBS. I'm not sure about iOS. It's not as good as the desktop version because you would have to try to figure out I don't know if that hydrate, so it won't skip on you in the overlays. Okay. Okay, so a lot of good information there from Zero. All right, well. So before I get off the live chat, I do just want to mention I do have a live coming up. It is going to be focused on artificial intelligence. However, tomorrow is Sunday. I didn't think about that before I updated and scheduled this event. So I may push that video or live chat to be a little bit later in the day, or I may push it to sometime during the week. More to come on that. Something is leading me to potentially just have it later in the day. Right now it's scheduled for noon Central Time. So if you did sign up to join that live chat, it will be rescheduled most likely. But I'm going to try to keep it still for tomorrow, just later in the day. Any questions? Any other questions before I jump off of this live chat? And hopefully, let me know if you like this type of, type of vibe, I guess. Not showing my face. I would love to do more videos where I am just this talking visual and not having to worry so much of how I look on screen. However, I feel like, videos, with the videos, more people tend to like see a face, to see someone talking versus I think more of the podcast style on YouTube. At least that's what I've seen with looking at some of my analytics. But who knows? I'm interested in the feedback. AI says artificial intelligence, AI. Zero has a question now. How do I stay so beautiful? Lots of water, genetics from my mother and father, and staying happy and focusing on self-care will be my answers to that. Thanks for the question, Zero. Edward is laughing. Any other questions? And it could be anything. Sharky says, "We love seeing your face, but this is fine for super late night situations." Well, I appreciate that. Yes, I was not planning to be on camera tonight, so I definitely appreciate that. Hello, Robert. Welcome in. Nice to see you. Well, if you're just joining, feel free to catch the replay. We basically just did a nice deep dive into Restream. I showed a couple of the features for anyone that's interested in Restream, just not sure. It is a free platform, at least for the basics that I showed tonight. You can always buy a package if you're interested. I will also leave my link after the video. I think I have a link of where if you want to try it out, you can. I don't know if you get anything for it, but I will leave it so that you can go to the site. But overall, I really am liking Restream. I'm not going to say that I'm never going to use StreamYard. I think I will still continue to use both. But if I get a package, I'm leaning towards getting a package with Restream versus StreamYard just because it's fun. You have so many fun options available. And it's just easy to use. So that's my perspective so far, being a content creator and using Restream. So if you try it out, if you have feedback, please let me know. Feel free to either let me know via Instagram, or you could always just hop on this video and say, "Hey, I tried it. This is what I think." I will be interested in getting your feedback. May even do a revamped video just to kind of highlight what people are saying as you guys are trying it. Oh, thank you, Pandy, and thank you for the video, and thank you for the shout out. I didn't know I had inspired you to try it, so it's great. It was nice to hear, and I'm so glad that you found it useful. Edward saying hey to everybody. And I see Zero says, "Welcome to Jessica After Dark." As long as people don't expect anything weird, I like that title. Don't expect anything too crazy. DOD said you should set this as a tutorial for the YouTube algorithm. Oh, good idea, DOD. Thank you for that. I appreciate you. I am going to retitle this as a tutorial for the YouTube algorithm. Restream tutorial from Jess. Robert says, "See what you started, Pandy." Yes, I appreciate Pandy because this was, I had said when I first tried Restream, and a few of you guys tested it out with me that first day. I said, "Yeah, I'm going to come back on here and I'm going to tell you what I think." And, life happened. Wrote it down. Didn't do it. And when I saw Pandy's video, I just said, "You know what? I'm going to do it now. I'm going to get on here." I wrote down a few things let me just talk about it and do a mini tutorial of Restream. I think Streamyard is pretty straightforward. So many people use Restream, so I don't really want to go into that one. But Restream is new. People are still like, "What is it? How do you use it?" And so I hope this video is for that introduction to Restream. Oh, good. Well, I'm glad to hear that. Okay, well, about the graphics that I mentioned earlier, you will definitely see one of those coming up before I close out the live. You can check out some of those graphics that I was talking about. Again, free 99. See the last comment in here. Robert said, I just saw Penny's video. And Zero said, I'm glad that I'm off tonight so I could catch the stream. Oh, that's good to hear. Daddy Media, welcome in. Hello. Well, I am closing out this live, but before I get off, do you have any questions about Restream? Otherwise, I would say just catch the replay, and hopefully that will be a good introduction to the Restream streaming platform. Again, free 99 options over here. Hello, Rans. Yeah, welcome. Hola, I think is what you're saying. Hola, ¿cómo estás? Oh gosh. Oh, comments. Lots of comments from G Daddy Media and Rand. Yeah. Nice to see you here. I haven't seen you before, Rand Shop. Nice to see you. Have I tried Melon as well? Is that a streaming device? If so, I have not tried Melon, but I can try it and come back on the platform to let you guys know. G Daddy Media. Everyone's saying hello, hello, hello. Appreciate the love, Ranch Yap. Be sure to hit the like button if you're enjoying the video. Robert says you'll love the comment, Dandy. All right. Well, I think I've covered everything tonight. So, again, for those that are interested in seeing at least some of the graphics, definitely welcome you to test out Restream. Again, I'll leave the link below. Go back into YouTube to do that right after this video is over. And with that, that's the video. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope everyone has a good night. Hope everyone had a nice Juneteenth and did something. Learned some things about Juneteenth. If you are interested in learning about Juneteenth as a holiday and where it all started, Candy has a video about that. You can look her up on her channel. What else should I say to close this out? I think that's it. So this is Restream, I take it. It's nice. It is nice. G Daddy Media. Replay the video. You can check out some of the features. I gave a little tutorial on how to find things. So let me know what you think. Let me know. Leave me a comment on this video. And let me know what you guys think. Time travel to YouTube stream. All right, guys. Well, I'm going to go. Have a great night. Again, happy Juneteenth. And I will see you in the next video.